Today is Wednesday, October 26, 2016, and you're tuned into the Elevator Radio Show. Hey, everybody, this is our prize pack giveaway show, so stay tuned. Here it comes.
You're tuned in to the Elevator Radio Show, a weekly program dedicated to covering news and information on elevators, escalators, and moving walkways. Produced in the wee hours of the morning, a new show is uploaded every Wednesday, sometimes even before you get out of bed. Listen to some of the comments sent in from our audience.
Rob from New York writes, Tom, are you f***ing insane? You actually get up at 2 a.m. each Wednesday to put this show out? Man, you must love elevators. Tim from Illinois writes, I'm not sure why I listened, but ever since I tuned into the first show back in 2007, I've been addicted. Matt in Texas writes, I like your safety messages, Tom. It's important to remember them each and every day. And he also adds,
when am I going to win the monthly prize pack giveaway?
Ron from California sent this in. Despite your inability to pronounce words in the English language, I tune in each week and am glad that you offer this service to the industry. It's better than Google News alerts. Sarah from Washington writes, love the show, Tom, and look forward to it each week. I'm glad I signed up for the newsletter. You provide a valuable resource for the industry, not only for North America, but worldwide.
Enjoy the show. And now, here's your sleep-deprived host, Tom Seibert.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Good to be here. It is good to be here this Wednesday. Yes, it is. This is our prize pack giveaway, which means one of you lucky listeners out there is going to walk away with a $100 Visa gift card, along with some great other goodies that have been donated by the companies that are listed in the show notes. And for those show notes, just as a reminder, go over to elevatorradioshow.com, and you can basically click on the show link, and that will show you who those great companies are. Apologize, I'm a little flustered this morning. I'm still having problems with my computer. I just want to take a baseball bat to it. I know it's wrong, but I'm this close. I'm this close. I must have like 18 USB ports in the back, and I think only one works. So that's my issue. So, and the way that we have the program set up, literally, I should have the ability of hooking up about 18 different cameras, and it's just so frustrating. And I want to blame it on Microsoft because it worked at one time, and then the updates came, and next thing you know, things aren't working the way they're supposed to work. So anyway, hey, it's great to be here. This is our last show of the month, and it's amazing that the month of October is already through. I'm a little bit more tired than I normally am. During the show. And before I get into that, I want to just give everybody a brief update on Glenn and Sharon Duncan. As I mentioned on last week's program, Glenn with PSI and also a pretty significant figure in the industry, had planned or was in the process of giving his kidney to his wife, who was in desperate need of it. And on Monday, the procedure to make that happen went well. Glenn had texted me probably 2 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't get it until like 4. And he was in good spirits. Amazingly, he was able to walk around. Sharon is still recovering, has a little bit longer journey to go than Glenn does. But so Glenn and we're thinking about you guys, and glad the procedure went well. And just take it day by day, and hopefully things will get easier as time progresses. So that's great news. In terms of this weekend, as I mentioned earlier, I'm tired. And the reason for that is, and I hadn't really shared this on a previous show, but my kids and I have been working on creating a memorial plaque and to dedicate to an area where a plane crashed, a B-52 plane crashed in 1966 in an area up in the Northwoods, Wisconsin, where part of my family's from. And so we had been kind of planning this for the last 6, 7, 8, 9 months. It had been written up in the paper, and this past Saturday we had a window that we were able to get up there and actually do this. So I have to tell you how moving it was to hike and drive back into this wooded area and literally place this memorial piece, and also go up into the woods where the plane had gone down and actually pick up wreckage, which was I don't know how, if that doesn't change a person, I don't know what does. But anyway, so we left Saturday morning about 2:30 a.m. or 2 o'clock. We towed up a Jeep that we were going to use to get into the backwoods, and then basically it came back the next day, the following day on Sunday at 2 o'clock. in the morning because we had stuff to do on Sunday. So it was a full trip, 24 hours, shot a lot of great video. We were planning on putting a documentary type video together for the, for the family members who are greatly appreciating the efforts that we have gone through to do this for them. So coming up on Veterans Day, and it's kind of a nice time with that. And once that's done, I'll definitely share it with everybody. But yeah, if you just Google B-52 airplane crash, Stone Lake, Wisconsin, you'll find some articles regarding that, including the librarian who helped us find that location. So anyway, a little tired, more tired than normal, but haven't had this many days in a row that have had to get up as early as I had. So, but it's still good. I just wish the computer stuff would kind of fix itself on its own. I think I'm going to have to spend a little bit of time trying to, get it corrected in the future, like for next week's show, because I just don't have that much time, and I need to really spend a good amount of time to try to figure out what's going on. So anyway, hey, just as a reminder, next Monday is Halloween, so be careful. The kiddies running around in the dark in their costumes, okay? Because that always seems to be kind of an issue. So let me just remove this module, and we don't have to worry about it anymore. So I think that's really all I wanted to cover on this week's program. I think the other news and bulletin points on the show will speak for themselves. So, one more note I just wanted to share before jumping into the show. As I was doing the show notes and show prep, Bob Shepard sent me the latest edition of The Progress, which is the NASA International's online newsletter. It's a great resource. I got to tell you, I know I used to get it in the mail, and it's all electronic now, but it's got so many good articles in it that I encourage you to become a member, if none other than to get The Progress. So get over to NASA International's website, and I'm trying to think if it's nasai.org or if it's nasa.org. Check it out and become a member. It's definitely worthy of the information that they share in their newsletter. And I didn't get a chance to read through it completely, but again, you don't have to be an inspector. You can be whatever. They've got different levels of membership, so check that out. So thanks for sending that over, and I am a proud member of that. So anyway, up next we'll get into the news, and we'll have you out of here in no time.
Let this week's news stories give you a lift on what's happening in the vertical transportation arena. Each news segment is organically dug and fresh with news stories of the week. Got lift? If not, stay tuned.
Okay, first news article. I apologize if you're watching the video on YouTube or wherever you're picking up the show. If you're listening, you don't have to worry about this. But if you're watching it, the type is really grainy. Again, something happened with my display settings to where the resolution became just horrific. I can't imagine anybody working on a computer like this, but it is what it is. Okay, first news article is a real serious one, and it's one that we've heard time and time again. I'm gonna play this if I can, and I'm gonna try to do this in a way that doesn't blast anybody's ears. Close the ads.
I had cracked teeth, crowns.
Ooh.
My teeth were really, really bad. I started hearing about dental implant surgery.
Okay, we're not going to talk about that right now, but just check it out. And as you watch this news story online, and the general gist of it is that a Broncos fan had fallen over the side of the escalator, and the news article basically was stating that they have safety concerns about the Mile High Stadium, and which in reality, it was documented this guy had jumped up or had tried to slide down on the handrail or was sitting on it and fell over the side to his death. And I feel bad. I feel terrible. And the reality is that no matter what a good guy you are, stupid things like this are preventable. They're totally preventable. So it's a horrific accident. It's a horrific tragedy, and can happen to anybody. So if you see stupid people doing stupid stuff like this, please try to stop them. And the reality is that I think what you're going to find is that alcohol probably had something to do with it after the coroner checks out. But the news media did not do a great job at trying to figure out perhaps or share news about, hey, maybe you shouldn't be doing this. As a reminder, don't ride escalators safely. The ESF is the entity that can help provide that kind of useful information. And while we all think this is all common sense, and it should be common sense, people are out there still doing stupid stuff. So until they get enclosed completely, we're still gonna read articles like this, and it's really unfortunate because it is totally a preventable accident from happening. So check it out. I again have a problem with the media in the terms that they do not go above and beyond in trying to help educate and really shed light on what's going on. Instead, they're holding a tape measure going, this is the approximate size of what most escalator handrails are at. And granted, they pulled in an architect that said, well, that's how it's been for a long time. Hasn't been an issue. So, what are they going to do next? Make escalator handrails really slippery so you can't, you can slide on them and not stop along the way. I don't know. I just wish the media did a better job. The news services out there are just so over the top in terms of what they try to cover and making things sensationalized. It just drives me absolutely nuts. Okay, Gizmodo has a web article talking about, will this manually powered elevator replace stairs one day? So for those of you listening to the podcast, can't see this video, but to give you an idea, there's two aluminum rails, okay, and there is some type of climbing chair, very similar to a carabiner rope type setup, where there's a rubber band and you go up, and then it looks simple enough, right? And you just kind of like jump up, and you're on a seat, and you go up. Looks like something IKEA would make, but I don't think you're going to see this too often. I don't know how you get down. How do you get down from this thing? Vertical walking, they say what this is. Let me see. See if the video shows him coming down. I don't think it's going to. Okay, it shows him going up. He's like, okay. Oh, there he goes. Okay, he's going down the same way. Huh. Well, that looks like that'd be fun at a park. Maybe not in a house. It's just interesting. All right. I think it's cool. Idea is cool. Okay, if you want to listen to what the benefits are for joining Elevator U, the higher ups, the board put together a podcast, and I was lucky enough to moderate that. So very short podcast. I encourage you to go over there, check it out. Go to elevatoru.org, and there's a audio link in the show. And let's see if it works. I never listened to it.
Welcome to the elevator.
Oh, there it is. Okay, it's about 11 minutes long. So check it out. Link is in the show notes. And if you're interested in joining or have a professional member or have a client that's an elevator university or big entity that has many elevators, Elevator U might be the good opportunity for you. Next news article, exploding escalator in Kuala Lumpur. I know I didn't really pronounce that right. Apparently, a new Straits Times Online reports that shoppers at the Pandan Capital Shopping Mall were stunned when an escalator within the complex exploded on noon today. I thought this was like terrorism until I looked at the photographs, and it just, whoa, looks pretty bad. Top of the escalator, all the stairs just started jamming up and breaking and all that good stuff. So, yeah, a little scary. Remember, if you're traveling overseas, think twice about riding equipment and getting off of equipment. Take the stairs. I don't think they've had too many issues with people dying on stairs in Asia or Asia Pacific. Okay, stupid article here, dailycal.org. I don't know. I think this is a university publication. And they've got five articles. Oh, I shouldn't say stupid. It's probably a very well-written article, but come on. 5 things to do while waiting for an elevator. You could say all these things for anything you're waiting to do, whether you're waiting for the urinal, whether you're waiting, and the checkout line at the grocery store. I don't know. But, yeah, just, up your social game. How about put your phone away? And actually, take in the surroundings around you. How about that for something? I bet there are so many families today that sit at the dinner table, if they even have a dinner as a family, and have their phones out. I guarantee that's probably what happens. It doesn't happen in our house. So anyway, okay. SNL did a haunted elevator sketch back in the day. Is it me, or is SNL just not that funny anymore? I don't know. I don't get it. I know they got to come up with a lot of content each show. This is an older sketch, but I'm just like, I feel like I should be laughing, but I can't. So that's coming from bloodydisgusting.com, and Tom Hanks is in that one. But again, I just don't get it. I don't get it, and so many of those segments and that they did, I really didn't get. Just wasn't quite sure. Maybe it's me, or maybe you need to be smoking something. I don't know. Okay, elevator props for Halloween. Back. This is a video. I'm going to get off of it. If you want to find out how to do a do-it-yourself homemade elevator, I haven't watched it from start to finish, but just be careful because you get amateurs out there, hooking machines and pumps and hydraulic things up and chains, and it sounds like a recipe for disaster. So anyway, there's more on the above. There's actually a website out there that will sell you a kind of a facade of an elevator, a haunted elevator hotel in a lobby. It looks like it's all paper to some extent, but still kind of cool. There was a day when the Elevator Radio Show actually had a link to a haunted elevator prop. It was expensive. It's like I think it was like $8,000 or $9,000. I couldn't find it anymore. The only reference I did find of it was from the Elevator Radio Show site. It was just the image of it, but yeah, a lot of money. But I guess there's a lot of money in Halloween, isn't there? See those stores popping up everywhere and those vacant buildings for like 3 months and then they vanish. Crazy. Just crazy. So, yeah. Let's see here. Boy, this is a sad story. Boy with autism stuck in an elevator. Now, I've got a niece who has autism. Okay, let me get out of here. Why I vote. Let's try to forget about the election. Oh, I forgot about talk about the Cubs. Yeah. Not that I'm a big baseball fan. I did play it as a kid. I don't get off this thing. I don't want to get the news. Okay. I can't believe that the Cubs, I meant to talk about them in the beginning. The Cubs made the World Series. Man. And I watched a little bit of it last night and they lost. So I'm not watching it anymore because I seem to jinx them. But this is a sad story. Apparently, kind of a nightmare for any parent. But her son, a young boy, I should say, ended up in a hotel elevator, and because he's nonverbal, he couldn't call for help. He made a plea for video cameras in hotel elevators, which is kind of scary. So, elevator phones are there to assist you and have blinking lights or a blinking light that says help is on the way, and you just wonder whether or not there was anything there that was could help them out. So kind of scary. Yeah, kind of scary. So you figure if the phone was, dialed, somebody would have asked, is somebody on the other line? But if it continuously was dialed, I don't know. Any parent with a child with special needs is definitely, in a whole different realm in how and what they have to worry about. And it's not easy. That's all I can say. Not easy. But it's too bad that this action happened. Come on, get off the story. Drop it, close it, back. Man. It doesn't want me to leave. It just wants to keep pushing ads in my face. There we go. Come on, Elevator Radio Show. You can do it. There we go. Anyway, okay, in India, a pretty tragic accident that occurred where a lift cable snaps. I guess this happens more often than it should in other countries, but injuries. Deputy CM suffers minor injuries in elevator accident. Kind of scary, to say the least. So again, if you're traveling abroad, be careful of the lifts that you perhaps travel in. This next one's a little disgusting. If you ever wonder what was in the bottom of an escalator, well, here's a video of that. What is the black gunk these... Sorry about that. Let everybody watch the ad on their own. It says, what is this black gunk that they're shoveling out of the bottom of the escalator? And just look at it. It looks like it might be good compost. I doubt it, but it's just definitely interesting. So they shoveled it out and got the escalator back running again. But check the video out. Just makes you go, wow. Wow. It's dirt. Okay, a man was caught on video from Florida for swiping an elevator pad. Now, I don't mean to laugh because somebody said the price for one of these is $800, which, whoa, that's a lot of money. No, a set of the panels cost $800. But it's amazing that this guy did not realize that there's a camera in the elevator. So you think somebody's going to recognize this guy? Probably. Those pads are nice, right? They're really nice. You can use them for moving. You can use them for all sorts of reasons. But yeah, they got it. Anybody recognize this guys? Gosh, they gotta find him. He's totally screwed. Totally screwed. Yeah. So be careful. Next time you think about taking something, think twice. Never know who's gonna get you on camera. Okay, there are dumb people amongst us, and quite a few of them actually. And while survival of the fittest did not take take these two women's lives. If you watch the video, you will see these two women on a cart, or little mini car to some extent, driving full speed into elevator doors and falling down the shaft. They're lucky to be alive, and I was actually a little surprised they're alive, to be honest with you. So, man, crazy. Okay. Let's see here. Next news article. Yeah. $50 million awarded to girl injured in Garden State Plaza escalator accident. I feel bad for this girl. I don't know the particular details of what happened. What makes me sick is the comments that were made at the bottom. Just totally, absolutely horrific of how people in the world see and feel and all that good stuff. So read those. Not really horrific. They're just, I'm like, really? And yeah, it's really too bad. Also goes into some other issues that, it had occurred in different settlements that were paid out. And, again, doesn't show fault, but the reality is that attorneys suck. Sorry. They don't all suck. But anyway, the point of the story here is that the companies that were sued did not admit fault. However, in many cases, settlements are preferred rather than going to a jury trial, where the awards could be much greater. And so that's pretty much the steps that most take. But that's a lot of money. That's more money than most product liability suits go for. And if you are a self-insured entity, like perhaps maybe one of the companies here was, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. And it's tough. I mean, it's the world we live in. It's not an easy world here in the United States when it comes to lawsuits and litigation. It's not getting any better either. Okay, next Thursday, Chicago Elevator Association has their meeting. And Joe Donnelly is going to be talking on the Chicago Code updates and what's going on with the city. So should be a good meeting, and looking forward to that. That'll be in Oak Brook at the Clubhouse. Last time I had a hard time finding it, and then just gave up completely because I got lost. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Totally. And then just went back to work. Okay, next news article. This is an inspirational video I want everybody to watch on their own. The reality is that stop asking for easy. This hits the nail on the head about 100 times. So watch it, and I encourage you to check it out. I love this kind of motivational stuff. I like it more when it actually pertains to actual people and not movies. You know what I mean? So when you've got inspirational quotes and sayings and stuff like that from people that are real and not actors, it makes a huge difference in my book, and it makes it real to some extent. So, and if you are a father and want to learn how to make a costume for Halloween for your kid, watch this video. It just melted my heart. I actually had a request from a dad whose son is a elevator enthusiast. I got this request like a month ago, and he goes, "Hey, do you have any parts I can get? Extra parts we can get to make a costume, elevator costume?" And so I ended up making him a costume very similar to the one that was shown in this video. It was a box with a hole in the middle, and then you got arms, and then I put up a couple buttons in the front, and it made of gray and doors. It's very basic. But when you work in a place that has lots of boxes, it makes it a little bit easier. And some of the costumes I've created over the years for the kids was a Minecraft thing. My niece was a piece of cheese, which was so big. It was such a big piece of triangle cheese that she couldn't get on the bus. You don't think about these things when you're trying to help out, make costumes like that. So, but check that out. The little kid in the video is adorable. And man, I miss those days 100%. So, so anyway, that's going to do it for the show, everybody. We are going to pull up our random number generator. Whoosy doozy. Random. Okay. Random.org. If you're looking for a true random number generator, that's a good place to start. I don't know how they make any money whatsoever. Okay. And we entered the low number and the high number. Okay, 2,179. I will pull that up on the email list. Okay. 2179. 2179 is Tim from Michigan. I don't think we've ever had a winner in Michigan before. Tim, congratulations. Tim is an elevator mechanic, and it is great to have you listening to the program. I will be sending you an email shortly confirming me your address to send these goodies to, and thanks again to the companies that have donated some awesome stuff. So you'll enjoy that along with some not cold hard cash, but a $100 Visa gift card. If I could send cash through the mail, I'd do it, or UPS, but my mama said never do that. So, okay, as always, be safe out there, everybody, and we'll be back next Wednesday where it will be November. Yes, and as we march into Thanksgiving, my favorite holiday of the year. It'll be here before you know it, and the year will be gone as well. Just go so fast. So take advantage of the leaves, the warm weather, the football, and go Cubbies, I guess. So, all right, everybody, take care. Talk to you next Wednesday. Bye-bye.